Checking the mic, 1, 2, 3. Checking the mic, 1, 2, 3. Welcome everybody. Welcome back to the Motive Racing YouTube channel. We are here on a Sunday night for the OG F1 League, run on the OG server by the guys in the OG, well, the whole OG shenanigans. But here we are on a Sunday night. Haven't been here on a Sunday night for a little while. Haven't covered the OG League, the main event, the staple, if you like, of the OG server for a little while now. We've been doing the Schumacher League here and there. We've been commentating the Dynamic League every week on a Friday night. That is something I put in my diary to make sure I'm here for, because that is an absolutely hell of a spectacle, the Dynamic League. But we're here for the, I suppose, the original league, as you probably may guess from the name OG. We're here at Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix here in this latest round of the series, as we're just waiting for the lobby to catch up. Looks like there's a few latency issues in this lobby at the moment, so I wonder if we are going to stay in this one or whether we're going to be making a new one. Haven't heard any updates from Bennett on that front just yet, so it's looking like we are staying in this lobby as we're just waiting for everybody to jump in and actually catch up with the server itself. So we're just sat here at the moment. Oh god, we're on a black screen, aren't we? Not that you missed much, but we are on a black screen. So because I forgot my tabs again. Not my tabs as in my tablets, by the way. I mean my tabs as in, well, anyway. But no, I mean as in the actual computer, basically on OBS. If you've got a tab maximized that isn't the tab that you're showing on the stream, then it will black out what you're showing on the stream. So you have to make sure that every tab that you're using, other than the one that you're streaming on, is basically minimized, or at least, yeah, so it's not covering the full screen. Otherwise OBS can't pick out the screen that you're trying to actually show on the stream. But nonetheless, here we are about to go. I don't know whether we're going to have a formation lap. Sometimes it's straight in, sometimes we have a little bit of prep before. It looks like we are going to have a formation lap here, so we're just getting ready to go here at Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix here at the OG F1 League. Here we are, guys. We're lining up on the grid, getting ready to go racing here at Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix for the OG F1 League here on a Sunday night. Enmorph lining up on pole position for this one with Bennett alongside him. In fact, it's City actually on pole, or is that? No, that's wrong. City seems to be down the order. But here we go. The lights coming on now at the head of the grid. We're about to go racing here for the Dutch Grand Prix. And it is lights out, away we go, and looks like a good start from Bennett off of the line, but he's not quite going to have the legs to get Enmorph into turn one. Mark Bow there ahead of True Monkey Page, followed by Horatio, then Mr. Exotic, who's got ahead of San, up into P6. These two are side by side, coming out at the exit of turn two into this tricky section, this S section of the track. Mr. Exotic looks like he's got the move done there on San up into P6. Polish My Balls has moved through into 12, but he's gone wide, coming through the banked left-hander, gets all onto the grass there, and Carson Soap up into 10th and 11th places. Czech DB has got ahead of Sidzi up into 8th, so it's been an electric start from Czech DB after crashing out the qualifying session. He's already up into 8th place and on the hard tyres as well, so he's not going to be too upset about that. He's a little way behind, having had to make his way through the pack, but he's running in P8, so not too bad of a start here from him. Sidzi is dropping down the field like a stone. He's down to P12 on this first lap. Bennett is taking the lead of the race and is up ahead of Enmorph, so Bennett LCFC, the three-time champion of the OG League here on a Wednesday and a Sunday night on the OG server, is currently leading this race. You've got Enmorph, Marbo, Trunkapage, followed by Horatio, then Mr. Exotic, Sand there in 7th ahead of Czech DB, followed by Karts. There's Soap ahead of Andrew Pittsburgh, who's going to go around the outside, Polish My Balls there, and gets the move done up into 11th place. Just behind them, you've got Sidzi, followed by Malky, YouTube Dizzy ahead of Nobby Bootneck, and Paul Cobb running at the back of the field in 17th place, as Sidzi has got ahead of Polish My Balls here, up into P12. So great stuff there from Sidzi. Nobby Bootneck's made the move on YouTube Dizzy there, up into P15 as they're coming around the banking to complete the first lap of the race. As we can see, Soph's in the pits, and so is Malky, and so is Czech DB. So those three all coming into the pits at the end of the first lap. We're on board with Enmorph though, as we're coming round the mid-ball part of the lap on lap 2 here at Zandvoort. It's Bennett from Enmorph from True Monkey Page Bennett from Enmorph from Mark Bow from True Monkey Page. You've got Horatio about a couple of seconds off at the back. Oh no, and Enmorph has crashed into the wall. Enmorph has lost his front wing. That is unbelievable. Where has he come out? He's just in front of San, so he's dropped back into the middle of the pack, but he's had a nightmare there as Enmorph, and he's lost out to San, so San's up into P6, and Enmorph, without a front wing, is going to have to limp round to the pits. That car is not going to be taking him anywhere fast at this point. City is on the back of Andrew Pittsmith, as we can see. Paul Codd also putting the pressure on YouTube Dizzy. Czech DB, Soap and Malky all having pitted in the early stages of this race. They're going to be joined in that pursuit by Enmorph, who'll be coming in at the end of this lap, but it's currently Bennett out the front ahead of Mark Bow, and True Monkey Page is breathing down the neck of Mark Bow as they're coming down the start finish straight. Here they come over the line to complete lap 2 of the race. True Monkey Page is in the slipstream here on Mark Bow, having a look. He's a little bit too far back, no DRS on lap 2, so he's going to have to wait for the opportunity to come. As we can see somebody peeling off into the pits, that's obviously Enmorph there, who's coming in to get that front wing replaced. As we can see City making a move here on Andrew Pittsmith, can't quite get there into turn 1. Andrew a little bit deep into the corner, but he gets it stopped and gets it round the corner. City can't do anything about that, just there then. But he's still hassling the back of him coming through this middle part of the lap. Andrew again a little bit deep, but City likewise, and that City just can't seem to find a way through at the moment. Enmorph still in the pits, he's dropping places absolutely left, right and centre right now, as we're still watching the battle between Andrew and City, but for some reason City's just dropped down the timing board. I'm not sure why. He's just dropped down to P17, so I'm not 100% what exactly has occurred there. We're just going to try and pretend it just didn't happen, because it's confusing the hell out of me. So we've got YouTube Dizzy and Paul Codd here running in 11th and 12th places, currently 0.4 of a second separating these two. You got Tree Monkey Page just behind Mark Bow, still trying to hassle the back of him, still trying to find a way through at the moment, as these two are running in 2nd and 3rd places at the moment, going around to complete lap 3 of the race. Tree Monkey Page will get DRS this time. Is he going to? He's going to look into the inside into turn 1. He's a little bit too far back and can't make it happen. There's Horatio running ahead of Mr. Exotic, followed by San there in 6th place ahead of Karts. You've got Andrew Pittsmith a couple of seconds back, has got Polish My Balls hassling the back of him. In fact, no, he hasn't. He's got Sidzi hassling the back of him, but Sidzi is showing up as a lap down. So I don't quite know what's happening there, as Paul Codd has made the move on YouTube Dizzy. No, in fact, yes he has. He's made the move. He's completed that one into turn 2. So that's nicely done there from Paul Codd. Czech DB, fastest lap of the race there in the Red Bull. Is it me, or does Czech DB not always race in the OG? I know he races in the Schumacher, and I know that he races in the Dynamic on a Friday. I don't think I've ever seen him in a Red Bull, which is why I'm confused. I'm not 100% if he actually races in this in the OG League usually, but he's obviously racing tonight either as a reserve or as a new regular driver. But nonetheless, back to the battle for second place. It's still Mark Bowen and Schumacher Page. Nothing at all separating these two on lap 4 of the race as they're continuing to go at it here. They are absolutely going at it here, trying to keep to the back of Bennett. They're trying to keep him in touch. Bennett's just trying to ride off into the sunset. Can he run away with this race win, or can Mark Bowen and Schumacher Page stop him? Obviously, Schumacher Page is on the medium tyres, so what he's suffering in terms of pace, he will make up for in durability, because this stint will be able to be extended for him, as he'll be able to go long on these set of tyres. And Polish My Balls is out of the race. Polish My Balls has crashed out, and we have got a safety car here. So safety car deployed here, lap 5, and that will bunch the pack up, and that will throw True Monkey Page's strategy to the toilet. Now, what's going to happen? Who's going to come in? Are Bennett and Marbo going to come in for fresh tyres? You would imagine they would be on those soft tyres. Mr. Exotic, Horatio, batting over 4th and 5th places. You've got Sam there a little way back ahead of Karts. Andrew Pittsmith running in 8th place ahead of Nobby Bootneck. Paul Cobb running in P10. You've got YouTube Dizzy. Check TB coming into the pits straight away here under the safety car. You've got Soph also coming in. Malky coming out of the last corner. Is he going to box as well? You'd imagine he would. No, he's not. So he's going for track position here. He wants to get track position on Check DB and Soph. He stays out for the time being. You've got Sidzi there running in P17 at the moment, but safety car here on lap 5 of the Dutch Grand Prix here for the OGF1 League. We'll be back in a moment with the rest of the race. Here we are then, guys, we're back underway, coming out on the start finish straight, down the start finish straight we come. Bennett's going to make the move straight away here on Horatio, up into the lead of the race, down the inside he goes on those fresh soft tyres. Cart's there, it's just being passed by Mark Bowe. Mark Bowe's up into third, and Sophie's out of the race. Sophie's retired straight away on this restart, so I don't know what's happened there, but we can see Bennett's dropping down the order. What's happened to Bennett? Oh, Bennett is falling backwards here. Where is he? He's down. Oh, he's in ninth, but he's in the wall. Oh, Bennett's had a horror show there. What has gone on to Bennett? LCFC, the three-time champion of the OG League here on a Wednesday and Sunday night, has had an absolute nightmare of a restart. He's down in 11th place on lap 8 here, as he just has a little bit of a wobble there as he's getting it going again. He's still got his front wing, everything's intact, but he's lost a lot of places there, and he's down in P11 in this race as Clegg DB's coming through the pits to get some new fresh tyres on, but he's coming in at the end of the pit window, so bit of a, well, not the pit window, but you know, the safety car period, so bit of a strange one there, but nonetheless, Horatio leads Mark Bowe ahead of True Monkey Page, and it's a bit of a gap back to Carts running in 4th place. You've got Andrew Pittsmith ahead of Paul Codd. Those two having a bit of a, well, those three having a bit of a ding dong, and a couple of seconds back to YouTube Dizzy, who's got Sand just about within a second of him at the moment. You've got Nobby Bootneck there running in 9th place ahead of Malky, running in P10 at this point, and then you've got Bennett there running down in P11, not where he wants to be at all. Ben Morph there in P12, and Mr. Exotic's lost it. Mr. Exotic is facing the wrong way as he gets his spun round and facing in the right direction again. He's lost out. Clegg DB is now up into P13. Sidzi in the pits here at the end of lap 7, so he's all coming in after the safety cars come in, so another slightly peculiar decision in terms of the timing of the pit stops, but it's currently Horatio out the front, stood ahead of Mark Bowe. True Monkey Page is hassling the back of these two as they're coming through this never-ending right-hander, which absolutely kills the left rear tyres coming in towards this tricky chicane section of the track. It's a good place to get passing moves done. It's a good place to try and psych your opponent and try and force him into a mistake, but Horatio and Mark Bowe still holding firm. Mark Bowe a little bit deep into the entry of the corner, gets it turned in nicely though, recovers it well. True Monkey Page will be wanting to clear Mark Bowe as soon as he can because he's on fresh soft tyres, and those will be on borrowed time because, as we all know, the soft tyres are the fastest tyres, but they do not last very long. The medium tyres slightly more durable, slightly slower. The hards, the most durable tyre, absolutely painfully slow. But Andrew Pittsmith has got ahead of Paul Codd up into P5 as we're coming down the start finish straight here for the 9th time in this race. Quarter the distance into this race as DRS is now unable once again. Mark Bowe looking to the inside, doesn't need DRS, didn't have it this time, but he's made the move anyway. Horatio losing the space on the inside, side by side on the exit. Horatio's just going to keep it on the inside for the left-hander and maintains the lead, but Mark Bowe attacking Horatio has now left him vulnerable to True Monkey Page, and True Monkey Page is going to look to try and complete this move as they're now side by side on the exit of that left-hander, and True Monkey Page moves himself into P2 there, so seizing on that opportunity with Mark Bowe focusing on what was ahead of him and wasn't worrying about what was behind him. So now True Monkey Page up into P2 and can now very much set his sights on the race leader as they're currently battling it out, coming through the middle sector on this lap. Also keeping half an eye on the timing board because we've got Andrew Pittsmith, Paul Codd, YouTube Dizzy and Sam having a fantastic battle in for P6. As we look at that, we've got Horatio now making a move. Sorry, True Monkey Page making a move on Horatio for the lead of the race, and he's got that one done there. True Monkey Page is up into P1, so he's made 2 positions in the space of a lap, and now True Monkey Page is your new race leader here tonight at Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. As we can see, Paul Codd has got ahead of Andrew Pittsmith, and Andrew Pittsmith has gone deep there. He gets away with it. YouTube Dizzy though is looking to try and capitalise, but YouTube Dizzy's lost out to San, and San sneaks through, says thank you very much to YouTube Dizzy, gets himself into P7. Horatio in the pits here at the end of lap 10. Mark Bowe moves himself into P2, Carts into the podium spots for the time being. But it's True Monkey Page out in front ahead of Mark Bowe. That's Horatio in the pits, so is Sidzi at this point as well. And if you're currently watching on the stream, guys, smash that like button if you haven't already. It helps us out massively. You might be looking at our sub count thinking, oh, they've got over 1k subs, you know, you don't be needing my help. Well, actually, guys, it's been a lot of graft. It's taken 2.5 years to get to this point. It's been out and out, day in, day out, streaming almost every day of the week. So, guys, if you do enjoy, please show your appreciation, show your support to the channel. Join the OG server in the description down below. You can join the link to their Discord server. You can get involved in the action as they race on pretty much every day of the week, I think, except Saturday. So yeah, plenty to get involved with. There's no reason why you shouldn't be heading into that description. If you're on the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, then definitely check that out. But currently we've got a battle royale going on here for 5th place, as we can see San and Andrew Pittsmith battling it out. San's down the inside, Andrew's going to try and get there on the exit, but San runs him out of road, gives him the space on the exit to be fair, but he'd already run him out of space before that, and San is up into P5 in this race. As YouTube Dizzy's on the back of him, you've got Nobby Bootneck there running in 8th place ahead of Malky, so this is now turning into a 5-car battle here for 5th place as they're coming down the start finish straight for the 12th time here in this race, as Horatio is in the pits at the end of lap 11. Double wave yellow flags through sector 3, not 100% sure what those are about. Andrew Pittsmith is still on the back of San. You've got YouTube Dizzy trying to put the pressure here on Andrew Pittsmith at the moment. You've got Malky still on the back of Nobby Bootneck. These two battling it out over 8th and 9th places at this point, as YouTube Dizzy's trying to find a way through ahead of Andrew Pittsmith. Karts is 1.4 ahead of Paul Codd. Paul Codd driving a great race so far tonight in P4, doing a really solid job here, keeping on the back of Karts, maybe gaining a little bit on him at this point as well. So Paul Codd, hats off to him, has really done a fantastic job here so far. Nobby Bootneck is still on the back of YouTube Dizzy. YouTube Dizzy's trying to get something done here with Andrew Pittsmith. There's still a bit of a train, and Malky's also on the back of these guys as well. It's all a bit of a DRS train here, so none of them are able to make the move on each other, just down to the fact that they've all got DRS. YouTube Dizzy looking, probing, pushing here on Andrew Pittsmith, but Andrew's not giving him the quarter. He's not giving him the space, and YouTube Dizzy lost it out at the hairpin. Oh, YouTube Dizzy's in the wall, and he's going to lose a lot of time here. He's down to P9 in this race. Where is Morph? Morph is on the scene and is through, so he's going to be losing places here. Nobby Bootneck there, as struggling to get it moving. He's still not managed to get it pointing in the right direction. YouTube Dizzy's got caught up in the incident there. So YouTube Dizzy and Nobby Bootneck getting caught up in an incident. Nobby Bootneck nowhere to go. YouTube Dizzy having to spin out of the corner. San is in the pits here at the end of lap 12, as we're in a third of the way into this one. Malky's still on the back of Andrew Pittsmith at the moment. Paul Codd is closed into within 0.4 of a second of Karts at the moment. So he is throwing the kitchen sink Karts at this stage in the race. He is really going for it, is Paul Codd. He's bringing the smoke here in this race, and he wants that P3. He wants to get himself onto the podium, at least for now. Obviously, when the pit stops come about, that could all be changing. One man to watch in this race, who's currently going a bit under the radar, is Bennett. He's now on the hard tyres, so he will definitely be able to go to the end of this race. Thing is, Mark Bowes on the mediums right now will be able to put the softs on at the end. Tree Monkey Page has probably got to put the mediums on to the end, but he won't need to pit for a couple more laps. I don't know. I mean, maybe Tree Monkey Page might have to put the hards on. I don't know. Could be a tie one here. Bennett could very much be in this race, actually, you know. Bennett could be in this battle. He's got a long way to go, but I don't know. Maybe he's got a route back into this race. Might need a safety car or something, but he's certainly not down and out at this stage. But yeah, he has got a lot of work to do, to be fair, actually, looking at it now. Maybe I'm being a bit unrealistic talking about Bennett having a chance of winning this race. Don't count him out for a podium, though, because we know that Bennett, 3-time champion of the OG League, has got the credentials, he's got the talent, he's got the speed, he's got the consistency more than anything. He's got the experience here on this game. Double zero flags through sector 3 seem to have subsided at this stage, but Paul Codd is still hassling the back of Karts, still trying to find a way through as he goes a little bit wide there, coming from the left-hander all over that curve on the exit. But Paul Codd is looking to try and get himself onto the podium, as we said earlier on. He'll have DRS coming down the start finish straight this time around, so he'll be looking to try and keep himself in that striking distance so he can really land that knockout blow, if at all possible. As here they come. Oh, it's Paul Codd's hit the curb. He's got loose there coming through the penultimate corner. He's onto the gravel there. Needs to be careful of rejoining here. Where's Andrew Pittsmith? Andrew Pittsmith will be on the scene in a second. There is the stranded car of Paul Codd, which is still not... Oh, no! And Andrew Pittsmith has hit him! Coming through the final corner, we got double wave yellow flags through sector 3. That's a safety car there. Andrew Pittsmith just unfortunately in the wrong place at the wrong time. Paul Codd gets it going again, and we'll be pitting for that damage repairs. And that has gone horribly wrong there. Andrew Pittsmith so unlucky to be caught up in that incident, no fault of his own, but is out of this race as we're on lap 15 of 36 here at Zandvoort. And the guys who are really unlucky in this instance are Tree Monkey Page, Mark Bowen Karts, because they had already gone past the pit lane by the time the safety car came out. Now, did the safety car get out before they... I think they did get out. I think they got around before the safety car came out. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. And there is the safety car. I can see it just up ahead. So Schumacher Page did not manage to beat the safety car round, I don't think. Oh, no, maybe he's alright. Yeah, maybe he's alright. So in he comes now. But nonetheless, safety car here on lap 16 of the Dutch Grand Prix here at the OGF1 League. Here we are then, ladies and gentlemen, we're back underway once again as we're coming out of the last corner, getting ready to go for the second half of this Dutch Grand Prix here for the OG F1 League as we're coming down towards turn 1. We're on board with Truman Page. Let's go trackside here as we can see he's got carts all over the back of him. There's San ahead of Malky, ahead of him, followed by Bennett who's down the inside of Paul Cod up into P7. You've got YouTube Dizzy ahead of Check DB. Check DB's trying to make gains here. Has got a bit lucky with this safety car bringing himself into this race. Really same with Bennett as well because those two are pretty much down and out if we didn't have a safety car. You've got YouTube Dizzy there moving up on Check DB's. I just had a moment there. He's lost out to Nobby Vunex, and Nobby Vunex there up into P8, but Check DB gets him on the exit of that left-hander there and it's back up into P8 as Mr. Exotic's managed to mug Nobby Vunex there up into P9 as well. So Nobby Vunex losing a couple of positions. Mark Bow ahead of Truman Page out the front. These two battling out for the lead. You've got Sam a few seconds further back in third. Has got him more just closing in on him, but City making a nuisance of himself here. A lap down on the leaders obviously, but he's just getting in the way of him more for a bit here. Bennett's there running in fifth place, managed to clear the traffic behind him. You've got Check DB trying to make something happen here with YouTube Dizzy. Can he manage to find a way through here and try and chase after the leader? He needs to do it quickly because he's going to be losing too much time to the leaders if he spends too long here dispatching YouTube Dizzy. But nonetheless, it is Mark Bow out the front here. He's got Schumacher Page housing the back of him as they're coming down towards turn 1 here for the 20th time in this race. Schumacher Page has been pretty much in the battle for the win for the duration of this race. We've had a few different people out the front battling it out. We can see, notice on the time we've got the Paul Cod into the pits. So he's making a stop for, I assume, probably medium tyres. He'll probably go to the end if he does. He's only been on those hards for 4 laps, but he can definitely stick a set of the yellow marked medium tyres on from there. Carts is also coming in, I imagine, for another set of mediums likewise. Yeah, that's the tyre of choice really from here on in. Yep, Carts has put on a set of medium tyres, and Malky's out of the race. He's retired. So Malky's retired in the pit box. But nonetheless, Schumacher Page and Mark Post still battling out here for the lead. 0.3 of a second currently separating these two on lap 20 of the race. You've got Bennett trying to close up onto the back of M. Morph here. He's not too far off the lead as Bennett. He's only 5-6 seconds off of the lead, and with Mark Bow and Schumacher Page battling, that'll give him a chance to try and reel the gap down. Schumacher Page is on the freshest tyres though. Schumacher Page can probably go to the end from here. To be honest, Bennett might be able to, with the safety car having been out, it might have given him a chance to save his tyres a little bit. But the thing is, the tyres do suffer a bit here, around the bank turns especially. So I wonder if that might come back to bite him on the bottom. But nonetheless, YouTube Dizzy's on the back of Check DB coming down the start, finish straight DRS here. But he gets there a little bit too late. And he's got Mr. Exotic actually looking down his inside. And Mr. Exotic, thanks YouTube Dizzy in the back there. He's spun round there, coming through turn 1, gets it, pointing in the right direction, but he's lost a bit of time there to YouTube Dizzy and Nobby Booneck. He managed to get that going really quickly there. It was good recovery driving there from Mr. Exotic, but he has dropped a bit of time there to those two as Bennett's on the back of M. Morph battling it out over third place with San and M. Morph at the moment. And these guys have dropped off a little bit off of the front too. Mark Bow and Schumacher Page at this point, but Sidney there, you just see there moving over to the side and allowing M. Morph through. He's making a bit of a nightmare of himself here, Sidney, to be fair. He's not just moving them out of the way, he is trying to race these guys, which, you know, you've got to respect it, but at the same time, in F1, it's very it's very black and white with blue flags. It's like, you know, you've got to get out of the way. M. Morph has just done San as we were riding on board with Bennett behind the lap car of City. M. Morph has just got ahead of San up into third, and it's now Bennett is going to dispatch the lap car of City coming out of the last corner here, and he'll have DRS on San, but San now down to 4th place with M. Morph moving himself up into P3. We saw that on the previous lap. Can now try and chase after the two leaders, Mark Bow and Schumacher Page, out ahead of them. Double wave yellow flags through sector 2. We're not sure what those are for at this point. I don't know if we're going to get some kind of indication. Doesn't look like it at this stage. But it's Mark Bow, Schumacher Page, 0.4 of a second currently separating these two. You've got Bennett on the back of San right now as he's looking around the outside, trying to poke his nose in here. Bennett 0.3 down in the first sector. He's trying to find a way to get himself into P4 if he can. San a little bit hesitant there coming to the right-hander, but Bennett can't do anything right now. Noticing on the side of the screen that Carts is ahead of Paul Cod into the final points playing position. That's because Paul Cod is in the pits, and Bennett's lost it almost to the curb. Bennett has stacked it there coming out of the hairpin, and he's struggling to get it going, and he puts it in the wall. And in fact, YouTube Dizzy, no, what? No, Check DB. Oh, Clegg DB's lost it there. So Clegg DB is also at a moment. Everybody seems to be losing it out that left-hander today. Clegg DB and Bennett both losing it in the space of a few meters. I don't know if Bennett lost it in reaction to Clegg DB losing it. Maybe he saw Clegg DB dropping it and just kind of like a nervous reaction, I suppose. But nonetheless, both of them losing it at the same time near enough. Tree Monkey Page is leading this race now. He's got ahead of Mark Bow for P1 and looks to now be controlling this race. Can Mark Bow come back at him as Nobby Bootneck's got ahead of YouTube Dizzy up into P5. Good stuff there from Nobby Bootneck. Mr. Exotic's on the back of Clegg DB, but Clegg DB haven't got ahead of him. He's probably now going to pull away from him on this lap. Tree Monkey Page still out the front, has still got just a little bit of a gap here over Mark Bow, and he's continuing to pull out a little bit as he obviously made the move a lap or so ago, and since then he has taken that Ferrari by the Tree Monkey Page has taken the Alfa Romeo by the scruff of the neck and has just driven off into the distance. They got a lap going between them, Tree Monkey Page and Mark Bow. That's Paul Codd there who lets Mark Bow go without any particular fuss. Good stuff there from Paul Codd. As Clegg DB's on the back of YouTube Dizzy here in the battle for 6th and 7th, but they've lost quite a lot of time here to the leaders, and we've got double wave yellow flags through sector 1. Not exactly 100% certain what exactly those are for at this point, but Clegg DB looking to the outside here on YouTube. Is he looking to cut back inside? He's going to go for it. Is he going to send one here? He does. Clegg DB moves on to P6 there. Great stuff from Clegg DB. YouTube Dizzy didn't look like he made that one too hard there for his teammate in the Red Bull, but nonetheless, lap 24 of 36, so we're approaching the final part of this race here. So coming on the back of Mr. Exotic here as these two fighting out over 8th and 9th places just here. Bennett though is going to be looking, he's going to have his sights set on further up than that. He's going to be looking at YouTube Dizzy as well as Mr. Exotic. YouTube Dizzy only a couple of seconds ahead, but Bennett, having made that mistake a couple of laps ago, he's got work to do and he's not got too many points on offer here as he's looking to pull out the slipstream here, looking to the outside of Mr. Exotic. Mr. Exotic here, he's going to defend that inside line. He goes late on the brakes. Bennett's going to try around the outside. Mr. Exotic pushes him wide. Mr. Exotic, you could say he had the right to the corner. He was on the inside and ahead. Bennett maybe earned the right to some space. Could be a bit of a racing incident there. You see those given as racing incidents quite often. Mark Bow in the meantime has just emerged from the pits. He's on fresh soft tyres, so he'll be able to absolutely take everything out of those. He comes out just behind Clegg DB and Nobby Bootneck, who are battling out over 4th and 5th. Clegg DB and Nobby Bootneck can most likely go to the end from here, we think, on those medium tyres. They should be able to. Mark Bow still on the back of Nobby Bootneck right now, 0.2 of a second currently separating these two as they're battling out over 5th and 6th places. As we can see, looks like Mark Bow got a much better run out of the previous corner. Nobby Bootneck there sitting duck and Mark Bow up into P5. Double wave yellow flags through sector 2, not sure why. Nobody seems to be dropping down the timing board at an alarming rate, so I don't know exactly what that's for at this point. It is Tree Monkey Page out the front, has almost a 6-second gap here over Morph. You've got Sand there running in P3 at this stage. Clegg DB in P4 has got a couple of seconds back to Mark Bow. Then you've got Nobby Bootneck running in P6, has got Bennett really hassling him for this 6th position in this race. But Bennett just has to back out of it there a little bit. He doesn't want to run into the back of Nobby. That's the last thing he'll need at this point. Playing it cool, waiting for his opportunity. He's probably going to get it down the start-finish straight. I'd imagine the DRS will be his best chance to utilise the speed in the Alpine. to help it get past that McLaren there of Lovely Bootneck, because we've got double wave yellow flags through sector 3. But I'm looking at the timing board and there is no obvious indication as to why, but nonetheless Bennett's around the outside of Lovely Bootneck here and gets the move done easily there into the stadium section, and Bennett up into P6, got 3 seconds up the road to Mark Bowes, only about 5 seconds off of P4. He's only in fact about 6 seconds off of a podium spot, so Bennett not in a bad position at all here. He's obviously on worn out medium tyres, so he's going to struggle to reel that gap down. But nonetheless, it could have been a lot worse for Bennett tonight. Check DB's on the back of San here, battling out over the podium spots. Mr. Exotic is in the pits at this moment in time. But Check DB trying to get himself into the podium spots if he can here with San. As YouTube Dizzy's got ahead of Mr. Exotic there up into P8. Commentator has a 5-second lead at the moment over Morphe. You've got San there running in 3rd place. Has got Check DB absolutely all over him right now, looking to try and squeeze through if he can. But San at the moment doing everything he has to do. Now Check DB gets the run. He's looking to the inside. He's going to try and send one here, and he goes very late on the brakes. But San's going to get the cut back as he no. Check DB manages to get it done. Great stuff there from Check DB up into the podium spot. So a long way up the road now to Enwolf running in P2. He's not going to get that. But P3 for Check DB after the start to the race, after the incidents in the early stages. I think he'll take that. I think he would have taken that at the start for sure. As Mark Bow is now the next driver to have a look at San and try and take him if he can. Carts has got ahead of Mr. Exotic up into 9th place. We're noticing that one on the timing screen at this point. Sidsy's just come into the... Or is he coming into or out of the pits? I'm not sure. I think he's just come out of the... No, he hasn't, because... Okay, that's really confusing. Because it came up on the screen saying that Sidsy was in the pits, and it said he wasn't in the pits. So I wonder if he went in the pit entry and then ducked out of it. We'll never actually know the answer to that one. What's that? It was a sneeze. But currently San is still just ahead of Mark Bow. Mark Bow looking to the outside. San covers him off. Mark Bow is going to get the run in after DRS, and he will breeze past him down this part of the track. The DRS OP as anything down this section of the track here is Anvil. I'm not sure what it is, but Mark Bow nonetheless is up into 4th place in this race. As we've got double wave yellow flags through sector 1. Not 100% sure why. But nonetheless, closing stages of the Dutch Grand Prix here for the OG F1 League on the OG server on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Bennett's come into the pits actually. He's just come out of the pits, so he's put a set of fresh soft tyres on. And Paul Codd has just crashed out of the race. Paul Codd has crashed. He's DNF'd somewhere, we're not sure where. It looks as though those marshals have got that cleared up very quickly, because it doesn't look like we're... Have you already crashed out of the race? Am I going mad or something? No, I'm not. I don't know. No, I'm sure he'd already crashed. No, yeah, he's just crashed out. Anyway, double wave yellow flags through sector 2, which have now subsided. And Mr. Exotic into the pits here at the end of lap 29. So in he comes, and I imagine a fresh set of red marked soft tyres will be going on to that Mercedes. No, he's put the mediums on, so he must have run out of soft tyres there, Mr. Exotic. He's coming for a new front wing and medium tyres going on that car, so yeah, he must have used his quota of soft tyres. Obviously, you get a limited number of soft tyres, or indeed any particular tyre compound on the Formula 1 game. So much like real Formula 1, the game is also quite stingy with its Pirelli tyres. So yeah, it doesn't give you too many to choose from. But Mr. Exotic there on his final set of soft tyres, and has to settle for the mediums for the final stint of this race. nonetheless, it is Tree Monkey Page in this race by quite some way. He's got nearly a 7-second gap out of the front to Morph. Morph there running in P2 at this stage. He's got Check DB running in P3 at the moment. Marbo there still going in P4. San there in 5th at this stage. He's got Nubby Budek a little way off of him. You've got Bennett there running in P7. YouTube Dizzy still going in 8th place as Mark Bow has got ahead of Check DB up into 3rd place. And Check DB looks like he's struggling here at this point. He's had a bit of a moment there. Oh no. As Bennett is just on the fastest lap of the race there at the end of lap 30. Bennett LCFC on a bit of a charge here. San is on the back of Check DB here. They're continuing to run pretty close here in P4 and 5. We've got double wave yellow flags through sector 1, so not sure what those are for, but they look to have subsided nonetheless, and on we continue. So we're on lap 32 of this race. 5 laps left to go here as Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix on the OG server. The race just seems to have settled down a bit now. Not really too much going on in the grand scheme of things. Now we've got double wave yellow flags through sector 1, so not sure what that's for at this point. Bennett here is on the back of Nobby Bootneck. Nobby Bootneck's got a bit wide there coming through the left hand up the hill. Can Bennett get the run here? He looks like he'll be side by side. Bennett squeezes through the gap and gets himself up into P6 there. Great stuff from Bennett LCFC. Really nicely done there from him. Oh, I'm shattered, but it's been a great drive from this man, Tree Monkey Page. I don't know if he's tired, probably not, but if he is, he's doing a very good job of hiding it here. He's got 3.5 laps left to go here at Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix, so not far left for him in this race. And he has done an absolutely splendid race here tonight. He's still pretty close to his personal best in the middle sector, only 3/10 off. So he's still lapping very quickly on these worn out medium tyres, and he should be all good to get himself to the end of this race on these. 19 laps on the mediums ain't too bad, especially around this track. It's a short track, hard on the tyres but pretty short. And Tree Monkey Page continuing on his way to, I think, an inevitable victory here. Enmorph running in P2, 8 seconds behind, a further 17 seconds back to Mark Bow, who is a long way off. He's on the soft tyres, so he'll be going quicker than the front two at this point, but he's way too far behind for that to be of any consolation to him. Check DB, in fact, he's actually keeping tabs with Mark Bow at this point, despite Mark Bow being on the fresher tyres. So I don't know, with 8 laps done on those. Oh, Mark Bow's crashed and Check DB has just got caught up in the incident. Mark Bow and Check DB have come into each other. That sounded a bit wrong. Have come together, coming through the turn 1 and 2. And Mark Bow gets away with it and continues on his way. He's got no front wing though, and that is going to gift San the podium spot. So that is unbelievable. And I tell you what, with only double wave yellow flags, Bennett running in P5 on fresh soft tyres, 2.5 laps left, 7 seconds the gap between San and Bennett. San is on worn out hards, Bennett is on fresh soft. Bennett could potentially, I reckon Bennett might be in for a podium here. Bennett could be in for a podium out of nowhere. He has had a horror show of a race. There is no other word for it. Imagine if Bennett can get himself on the podium after the race that he's had tonight, I reckon a set of fresh soft tyres are going to be about 2-3 seconds a lap quicker than a set of hards. Then you factor in Bennett is a pacey as anything driver. So I reckon the gap, 5 seconds, which is coming around to start the penultimate lap. Bennett could be on for a podium here. If he can catch San in the final 2 laps of this race, Bennett will be P3. And M. Morph is pitting. So he's pitting for fresh soft tyres, looking to cover off San. Obviously he had a free pit stop because he had 7 seconds up to True Monkey Page. So nothing to lose. Stick a set of softs on, go for the fastest lap. Consolidate P2. Good decision, good thinking there from M. Morph. Very wise. Nobby Bootneck's got ahead of Mark Bow. That's because Mark Bow's in the pits. And Nobby's currently on the back of a Williams by the looks of it. So yeah, that's the Williams of City there, which has got Nobby Bootneck behind him. The gap down to 3.4 between San and Bennett, so it's coming down at a rate of knots, and Bennett could, as I said earlier on, be on for a potential P3 in this race. And what a great result that would be for Bennett when you consider the way that this race has unfolded for him. He has been in the wars here, there and everywhere. It's not gone in any way, shape or form to plan for this man. The 3-time champion of the OG League has really struggled tonight, but he could be about to walk away with 15 championship points and a bit of champagne and a spot on the rostrum here at the end of this race. The gap is now almost under a second. It's 1.3 as they're coming out of the last corner, coming over the line to start the last lap of the race. Bennett is going to be pretty much all over him coming through the middle sector of this lap. True Monkey Page is on the final lap right now. He's just got a bit of traffic here in front of him. That's the 2 Ferraris of Karts and Mark Bow. Mark Bow, having come in for damage repairs, will be looking to clear his teammate. He might not even start the last lap here because True Monkey Page is right on them and will probably, well, they might just hold on actually. They might just stay on the lead lap, which means that Mark Bow will get another crack at his teammate. But here comes True Monkey Page nonetheless out of the last corner here for the Dutch Grand Prix at the OG F1 League. He comes over the line and it's going to be the victory for True Monkey Page. He takes the checker flag. What a superb job from him. Absolutely killed it tonight here at Zandvoort and takes a emphatic victory here. Enmorph will come home in second place. He's got a few corners left to go, but Ed Bennett is all over San coming through the middle part of the lap. He's going to look to the inside. He's got DRS and Bennett's going to try and send it, but San breaks late and manages to keep onto it. He goes deep into the corner though. Can Bennett get the cut back here? Enmorph has come home in second place. Well done to Enmorph for being P2 tonight, but Bennett is throwing the kitchen sink here at San. Can he get around him out of the last corner? San is parking his car in all the right places and I think he might just hold on. It's going to be a track to the line. Who's going to get it? Oh, here goes Bennett. DRS, he gets it just about. Bennett gets it on the track, but San gets it on the penalty. So San P3, Bennett P4. Bennett did do it on the track, but couldn't get it due to the penalties. Nobby Bootneck comes up towards the line. It's going to be P5 there for him in the McLaren. So a decent job there from him. Some good points. 10 championship points for Nobby Bootneck. We've got YouTube Dizzy coming up towards the line. It's going to be P6 here for him. As over the line he comes there to finish the race. Mark Bow is going to bring this one home for 7th place here tonight. As there he is, Karts there in 8th. Mr. Exotic finishes the race. Well, he's already crossed the line in 9th. And City will be the last driver to finish the race. He's just coming through the middle part of the lap at the moment, so he's got a little way to go. But yeah, he will be crossing the line directly. But what a race, what a drive from True Monkey Page. Over 20 seconds he had in the end over the rest of them. He was in dominant form tonight. Well done to the man in the Alfa Romeo. I know he usually races on Mondays in the Schumacher League. I think he usually races in the OG League nowadays. I'm not sure. I don't always commentate the OG League. I always try and make the Schumacher League. To be honest, my schedule's here, there and everywhere. It changes from week to week. I never know what I'm doing from one day to the next, let alone 1 week to the next. But nonetheless, True Monkey Page, a great win. City up towards the line. It's going to be a P11 for him. Misses out on the points, unfortunately, for him. But True Monkey Page, your race winner in this Alfa Romeo car. And he has done absolutely brilliantly tonight. It looks like there's a bit of a glitch going on with the whole server, so not sure why, but nonetheless, this man is your winner. Enmorph and San completing the classification, but the podium in second and third places. Bennett couldn't quite get there, managed to pass San on the track, but lost out due to the penalties. And that is then, ladies and gentlemen, for the Dutch Grand Prix here on the OG F1 League. Thanks to everybody the drivers for watching this back afterwards. If you did happen to watch this live, please do drop a like on the video, as we've got 6 likes going on the stream. Can we get it to 10? That would be absolutely amazing. We can get this video to 10 likes. That would be absolutely superb. But once again, it's a thank you from me. Thanks for tuning into the Motive Racing YouTube channel. Subscribe, drop a like, do all that shenanigans, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night for the OG Schumacher League. Oh, you'll also see me for the Dutch Racing League as well, so we'll have a double header tomorrow night for that one. So yeah, definitely check that out if you're at a bit of a loose end tomorrow night. But yeah, cheers everybody, we will see you soon. Good night.
eyes lit this town like a fire in a blaze. Gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in us. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it away. Tonight we gonna let it away. Tonight we gonna let it just like the sunrise. We gonna let it away. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now.